Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Mad Hatter logging back in, reporting live from the city where Babylonian horrors run amok. And I'm gonna talk to you today about Breezy. Now, I'm a little late to the game, but there's a lot of information that's been unfolding in the past 24 hours. So let me try to break some of that down. So he's in trouble this time. He was arrested under suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon, with a gun. Now, there's this woman, Baylee Curran, who was Miss California Regional 2016. She had her crown stripped from her, apparently for nude photos they stumbled across, which I think is bullshit. Like, if you want to send nude photos, whatever. But that's just some of her background. So, apparently, what she says is she's hanging around Chris Brown's home. We don't know how she got there, but she's hanging by the pool. She's there with another friend. Apparently, that friend invited her there. And what she says is, she came across a really nice chain, a diamond studded, a rapper's chain or whatever, R&B singer's chain, just over the top and shit. So she came across that chain, and that's when shit started to pop off. Apparently somebody was like, yo, 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 you need to get the fuck out. And they put a gun in her face, or Chris Brown then put a gun in her face, told her to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and then, she said no. But then she left and she called the cops. Cops came to Chris Brown's home. Um, Apparently, it led to a standoff. He taunts the cops, is what they say, and he tossed a duffel bag away. Wherever he was, wherever the cops were in the house, he tossed it away, is what they say. And again, he was arrested under suspicion of battery or assault. Um, so, there's a lot of questions I have about this. Um, Let me tell you a little bit about the inside story, some more inside stuff, actually. So, I told you this woman, Baylee, was stripped of her crown for nude pics, and she was also accused of grand larceny in New York. One of her friends, Angel Monroe, has also accused her of being, a sneaky bitch, essentially. And, for her whole life, she's been loving C Breezy. And then, let me read you a text to a friend that she allegedly sent out. Again, this is just as the information is unfolding. She says, quote, "Hey Safari, don't you know this freak Chris Brown is kicking me out of his house because I called his friend jewelry fake? Can you come get my Uber? Can you come get me? My Uber is messing up. If not, I'm going to set him up and call the cops and say that he tried to shoot me, and that will teach him a lesson. I'm going to set his expletive up. LOL, come get me." Now, that sounds pretty damning, but it also kind of sounds pretty stupid. Like, would you really send a text to somebody like that? I mean, maybe you would, if you were trying to fuck somebody over. But that's out there, and a lot of media outlets were immediately jumping to be like, "Hey, Chris Brown's at fault," which again, they're totally not. They're not totally wrong for that, knowing his history, and his abuse to people and to women, and his craziness at times. So that's the other story that you're not really hearing a lot about in the mainstream media. And then so that friend that she texted also accuses her of stealing some shit. So here's some questions I have. Why is Chris Brown and his crew hanging around this chick? It's not even their type. Chris Brown, Ray J was there. These are R&B singers who usually get the best of the best. Chris Brown was messing with Rihanna and then Karrueche. He gets really fine women that are either black or mixed, but they tend to be black. And this woman is a white woman, and she's not even that tight. I mean, you can say that I'm being shallow, but let's be real. These are people in Hollywood. They're only going to mess with the best of the best. And why did he make her sign a non-disclosure agreement? That must have meant that he also confiscated her phone, right? So that must have meant that he knew that she was there. So maybe he invited her. I don't know. A lot of shit happening. And then this woman is going basically on a press tour. Just like Ryan Lochte, she doesn't even seem like she's been phased or anything by this situation. She's very confident and calm, cool, collected. Like, if somebody shoves a gun in your face, aren't you going to be a little bit nervous? I don't know. She definitely doesn't seem nervous. So, like, again, this reminds me of, like, this Lochte thing. And this is the problem. I'm trying to wrap this up. So, this is the problem with privilege. It doesn't really matter where you come from. But in this situation, it's a white dude who's in Brazil who blames Brazilians for his bad actions and tries to take advantage of the fact that, people think that Brazil, an Afro-Latino community or country, not the whole country, but, it's Afro-Latino. And he's trying to, take advantage of the fact that people know that this country is Afro-Latino and has some dangerous parts. He's like, look at me, I'm an innocent, white dude. I got stuck up. And she's basically doing the same thing, like, which tells me that going in, they understand the preconceived notions of their country and of their demographic. They understand the stereotypes, and they're playing on that. And if the text messages are true, this woman, Baylee Curran, however the fuck you say her name, she's also preying on the same thing. She's like, look, I know Chris Brown's fucked up. I know he's in a lot of trouble. He probably needs some sort of mental counseling or something of that sort. But I'm gonna still take advantage of him because he's a black man, and nobody's gonna fucking trust him against a white woman. And nobody did. Everybody immediately jumped to her defense. So this just shows me how, like, people with privilege like that, they know that they have it deep down and they use it to their advantage, and that's really fucked up. And then, people say it's a standoff, but really, if this was a standoff, why didn't the police kill him? Like, knowing his history of violence, and if he has he had a gun and weapons and drugs, and if he was doing a standoff like the woman Corinne Gaines from Baltimore, they shot her. Why didn't they shoot him? So that's another question. And then the last thing I have to say about this is that this is definitely like helping Chris Brown. It's helping his publicity. He just put out a song, a single, hours after this whole situation called "What Would You Do?" And actually, like, one of the lines in there is very interesting. It's like, what would you do, if you had nobody on your side? Which is essentially what he's going through right now. I don't know. This whole thing is fucked up. If you guys understand what's happening, I mean, I think that there was some weird, like, sexual shit going on, and, like, she got turned down, and so she got pissed off and wanted to come at him. I don't know. You guys, if you have any idea what the fuck happened, let me know. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm out.